What's up, everybody? My name is Tyler, or Shadows RC. Welcome back to the channel. And oh my god, where do I start about racing last night? It was amazing. It went really good. Alright, well, now that I'm out here, let's talk about racing last night. So, I'm gonna start by turning the camera around and give you guys the rundown on basically everything that happened. Alright, so first I think I'm gonna start by thanking my sponsors, which I'll show on the big block. First, I want to start off by thanking my main sponsor, RC Wraps and Graphics by Carpies, also known as Carpies Custom Screen Printing. They did that wrap and this wrap. And this wrap right here for my dad for Father's Day last year. Obviously, my cars look sharp going around the track, which I really appreciate. They put a lot of time and effort into these wraps for me, and yeah, a lot of compliments on it for sure. Let's also thank BDS Wheel Dots. I talked to Michael on Sunday. I was like, hey, I want to run my old body on my 12T so my big block can have a team body, a new team body, because it's never had one. But I need wheel dots to match the body, either green or blue, doesn't matter to me. And he messaged me like yesterday. It was like, hey, I got him in, or I made them, I finished them. You can come pick them up. So I went and picked them up. So I really appreciate that. Thank you to Michael for that quick turnaround. Next, I would like to thank GT Bodies for some high quality bodies. Definitely took a bashing in a couple of the races on the 12th turn, but it held together perfect because it's a GT Bodies. And last but not definitely never least is Sask RC. I want to thank Sask. He's been a big part of my Instagram and obviously my RC channel for a while. And funny enough, he sent a few motors over, and I'm running one he sent me, and I'm not gonna lie, it was fast. I don't know what those Canadians are doing to these motors, but I mean, it felt pretty quick. So as always, thank you guys for all that, and thank you all for watching the channel. And if you're on the Instagram, thank you for watching the Instagram as well. But let's talk about race day. I'm going to save the best for last, but first we're going to talk about the 12th turn. So at Florians, you pick blocks 1 to whatever amount of cars there was. There's 14, so there's blocks 1 out of 14, and I believe it was 7 per heat. Yeah, 7 and 7. And based off where you picked is where you would start. So if you picked first, you'd start first in the first heat. And if you picked 8, you would start first in the second heat, and so on. So miraculously, I picked number 1. So I started on the pole, got about a 3-lap lead, I believe they said, which is really good for this car. I mean, it's usually really fast at Kevin's, but I mean, realistically, that is pretty fast. So that put me on the pole in the A main, running a, I don't even know what I ran, I think a 784, which isn't that fast, but still pretty damn fast. I had straightaway speed. I was a little loose in the corners, but made it work and did some adjustments afterwards. But after that, I started in the A main. That was a little rough. I got hit once, not a big deal, and then I accidentally bumped into a few other dudes over driving my car. But nonetheless, I finished second, and I will more than happily take a second place because the car was extremely fast all night. So I don't know which way the screws gotta go. But yeah, like I said, car was real fast. I put it out the first time, and it was going a little far left for my taste. So I was like, ooh, I need less left turning, because obviously it's important to turn left, but at the same time, you got to be able to keep it under control. So too much left can also be a problem. So yeah, that car went really good. So let me talk about the 13.5 next. Sorry, somebody drove by randomly and pulled in my driveway, turned around. Wasn't sure who it was. But what was I saying? Oh, the Tekin. So the only problem with my old 13.5 motor was due to the fact that it wasn't tuned, completely out of box stock 13.5 motor. It just didn't keep up with all these dudes with Putnam's, Nick Bell's, Rotor-Ron tuned motors. So I'm super glad I got this Nick Bell motor. I don't think I'd change it for anything. I love the R1. The X Factor has more of a straight line speed, like top speed, while this has a little more torque, which for me as a driver, I think personally that's probably the best move for me. As for the motor itself, I think at the end of the season, I'll probably, because I got to trim that graph, I think I am going to send it back out to Nick at the end of the outdoor racing season, just for him to do any maintenance he does, because I'm sure if I messaged him and said, hey, can I just get like a checkup on it, like maybe re-oil things for me or whatever it is you do, I'm sure he'd be more than happy to do it. Nick is a really nice guy. Tagged him in my Instagram, or not my Instagram. Oh, I did actually. But I also tagged him in my my Facebook posts, just my race update. Sorry, camera was up and down. Just saying like, hey, this Nick Bell motor really fast, got tons of potential. I just didn't want to push it first night out. And he was like, hell yeah, man. He's like, that's the idea. He's like, glad you enjoy it. And like I said, my dad has a Rotor-Ron motor, pretty much same spec. I think we'll be super close the whole race. I raced the Putnam, who was in second place, and in the A main, and that went pretty good. He led most of the race, but I ended up catching him in like the last minute because he kind of messed up a little bit. Not a big deal. And I raced another Nick Bell X Factor in the heat, in heat 1 for the 13.5 big blocks, and I obviously caught him. So it seemed faster than the X Factor, but he also said it was a pretty old one, so that's why I'm gonna probably send it out for maintenance towards the end of the season, see if Nick can just keep it up, because I love this motor and I want to keep it alive as long as I can. Also, I hope one day that this purple shows up like it does in person, because on camera it literally looks like a dark blue kind of, especially from like this angle. It looks blue, but it's actually purple. So let me see, actually. So this is actually the same shade purple. It must show up better on the white, but that's the purple it is. Maybe slightly darker, but it's supposed to be close to the same. But as always, just want to do a quick update video on the cars. Like I said, I'm super happy with my 13.5 now that I can finally race it and be competitive with it. It's like awesome. Like, I have so much fun racing in that class. But like I said, a stock untuned motor just didn't do it. And then as for 12T, the Saskatchewan RC, Sask RC Scott, his 12T motor was hauling ass. All I did was oil the bushings before and after each race. So yeah, I think other than that, that's all I got to talk about this week. I'll make another. Why is everybody driving by today? Holy God, the road's busy. It's never busy. But as always, I'm going to keep you guys updated as the race season progresses. Obviously, we started late considering today's June like 11th, I think. So, nonetheless, thank you all for the support. Big thanks to the sponsors. We had a great run last night, and hopefully we have many more to come. So thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed the video and the race update. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, guys.